Welcome to Lagniappe, a program about events, issues, and people. I'm Cory, Crowe. I'm joined today by Station General Manager Jay Curtis and Kris Kelly with the West Monroe, West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce. Gang, thanks for being with us today on Lagniappe.
You bet. Thanks for having us.
My pleasure.
We've got a big week coming up next week as, the next 2 weeks. We're inviting candidates in, and we're sitting down, Kris, with the candidates for governor in an event that you guys at the West Monroe, West Ouachita Chamber teamed up with the Monroe Chamber, the ULM SGA, and KEDM Public Radio.
Yeah, we believe strongly that giving a voice to all the candidates is critical to increasing everybody's engagement and getting out the vote. And Louisiana politics is Louisiana politics, and it's exciting to see what the next chapter for our state will be. But we want people to be well informed and engaged. This is a great opportunity to partner with you guys at KEDM, who have always been wonderful partners, our friends at Monroe Chamber of Commerce, and as we have in the past, ULM SGA, which I think it's critical to have that engagement of young people as we move into a new chapter of voters. So that's August 29th for the Governor's Forum here at ULM campus.
7th floor of the ULM Library, 6 p.m. It'll be heard on KEDM. And Jay, this is something we've been doing for a number of years on major election issues and topics that have come up, and it's good to sit down again, this time with the governor's folks.
It is. Public radio is about creating that dialogue. It's about making those connections between ordinary people who might not have access to these candidates and being able to get some of the issues that they're talking about into the public eye. So it's critical for people to be able to have that access, to be able to hear from these candidates here in Monroe, not just in a prepackaged 10 or 15 or 30-second ad on radio or television or on the internet. They're able to be in the room with them, see how they react to some of these questions, and engage with this political process, because informed voters make better decisions overall.
That is what it's all about, is informing the voters. And Kris, it's something we work hard on. We try to get out in front of this. It's kind of weird when you're the guy who has to do all the work here. You've got to send out the letters and invite the candidates. And the second the candidates qualify, the letter is on the way and the email is on the way, yes. Right?
Well, and we have to be fair. We have to wait until qualifying. Of course, sometimes we give a heads up, hey, to those candidates that have publicly declared. But in Louisiana politics, it's not official until they've all gone to the Secretary of State, filed, and been approved to be a candidate. So in the interest of fairness, we wait until then to send out an official invitation. It's always interesting, but to piggyback on what Jay said, it's so awesome to partner with you guys, and in a time when everybody's got a soundbite, to have a substantive dialogue that's not rushed, that gives people they actually can complete a thought. It's refreshing that it's not a debate. It's a forum to express ideas, really get to the root of the matter, and maybe uncover a little bit of what the true campaign is about.
What I find so exciting about it is that a lot of times you might have somebody who you might consider a fringe candidate who might be polling really low before one of these big debates. They bring an idea, or they bring their own perspective to one of these candidate forums, and then that gets a little bit more into the public thought, the public brain trust, and then it becomes part of an issue of a campaign when maybe something that wasn't before.
I've purposely not asked, hey, are you a Democrat or a Republican or an independent? The last one we had, I didn't ask anybody that. And I didn't tell anybody that because sometimes you go, I'm not going to vote for a Democrat, or I'm not going to vote for a Republican because they've got a D or an R behind their name. And I listened to the candidates and I went, I could vote for 90% of these people who are up here, and they're Democrats, Republicans, independents,
That's right.
Libertarians. They were everything. And I was really impressed with the knowledge that the candidates had, and that's something we're trying to get folks to understand, is to become a more informed voter. That's the point of this. Now we're getting together at 6 o'clock, and and we're inviting the public, right, Jay?
The public is invited. It is wide open. It'll be on the 6th floor of the Library Conference Center here at ULM. The 7th floor. Beautiful place to have an event like that, and a chance to meet those candidates. The candidates most of them will be around after the forum gets finished, so it's a chance for you to maybe even shake hands, have that conversation, ask them your question. Maybe if Cory doesn't ask them a question from the podium that you wanted answered, well, you have a chance to walk up to him after the event and ask him that question yourself.
I want to, by the way, before we get there, I'm coming to you next, Kris. The questions, we sit down and we work on the questions. We don't let the audience ask any questions. You can ask questions the candidates before and after, and there's a reason why, because sometimes some candidates do some dirty things, and they'll pack the room with people to ask stupid questions of a candidate and try to embarrass them. It's everybody gets the same questions. They don't know the questions beforehand, and it's as even as fair as we can do it and dole it out.
Well, and I think that's the beauty of the partnership between you guys in the media, the business community. We voice here's some general topics that are hot button issues in our community, and then even we are blind to the exact question that's being asked, like you said, in the interest of fairness. But we're not just doing a governor's forum. We're also doing local races, too.
That is coming up the following Tuesday?
Following Tuesday, same place, same time, Tuesday, September 5th. We'll have candidates for some of the local Senate and House races. So people right here in our community who are serving in Baton Rouge but are representing us right here in Monroe and West Monroe.
And I think it's important to clarify that we're even though the KEDM has a huge listening radius, that night we're just focused on Ouachita Parish races. So there's really 4 candidates pairs, 2 Senate races and 2 House races that we're giving voice to.
And we are going to also, Jay, broadcast this a variety of ways.
We will be on the air. We will be on the website. We will also be on Facebook Live. And we also want to say thank you to Homeland Bank for sponsoring both of these events.
Big thanks to Homeland Bank. We couldn't do it without them. And the West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber, the Monroe Chamber, the ULM SGA, and KEDM Public Radio. Kris, for folks to find out more about what's going on at the West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber, how can they do that?
Man, you can always find us online at westmonroechamber.org, or hey, I invite you to call. Someone will actually answer your call, 318-325-1961, or West Monroe Chamber on all your socials.
And if you have a question about this event or other events, be sure and visit our website at KEDM.org.